they're a motorcycle group, and they were actually able to come to the shows. And every time I run into somebody like that, they bring up, when are you having another show? When is Keith coming up? And everybody's just anxious. The talk is still out there.
Well,
so we're not going away.
Well, we understand that there's a fund that we a little left over from the last time. So you let us know when you want us to fly up, and I'll be the first to be up there.
Oh, we're going to do that. We still got your room for you.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I just
need to really stress, Keith.
Yeah.
I think we really want to stress, though, is that we know that this is just not a Michael Funk problem, even though personally that's what got us involved with this. We know that other people are basically in the same position, where they've had family members or a friend killed by the police. The police lie to them. They do not do a transparent investigation. They're not allowed to ask questions. They're just told, like we were, this is the result of the investigation, and you have to live with it. It's like some form of Nazism or communist country where the government just comes in and kills a person and then tells you to live with it, and too bad, don't question our findings.
Unreal.
Now, regarding Michael Funk, we have a lot of questions regarding the investigation, and we're not allowed to ask them.
Why?
We are not allowed to. The Department of Justice has said they will not answer any of our questions.
No more questions.
And we know that there's a bunch of inaccurate things that they have investigated and found, and they have not answered any questions, and they won't answer any.
Well, shame on them.
This is what everybody's going through that deals with the same situation.
Now,
and we think the federal government needs to be involved.
Yeah, and how do you make that happen?
Well, we're reaching out to the Department of Justice with our petition. We'd like to have the Criminal Rights Division, because how can anybody that's killed by an agent from the government, which is a police officer is, how can we say that their civil rights were not violated when they were killed? They were innocent people that were killed. They were just killed. So how do they not have a right to have their civil rights investigated?
You got a
point. So we think the federal government should investigate every one of these police killings. We think it would be to the benefit of the police officers that are legitimate and honest. And if they're very transparent with their investigations, I'm sure many times the police are justified in what they do. But right now, I mean, you cannot be 100% correct all the time, justified, refuse to answer questions, and have investigations that are done by local other police officers.
All right. Is that Steve? Is that Rhino I'm talking to?
No, Steve Rhino's not here. That's Steve.
It's Steve Arado. Okay. And Steve Arado is the owner of Eagle Nation. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. Yeah, I had a good time the last time I was up there. Steve, great guy. All right. In a nutshell, for our audience that may have no idea about Michael Funk, take us back in that December. What happened to have started all of this? What was the scene there at Eagle Nation?
Well, I got to take you back a little bit further than that. What happened was a customer brought a motorcycle in for us to work on. Now, we did not know the history or the story of anything that was going on. What happened was the customer had bought the motorcycle from Brian Flatoff. Brian Flatoff was in jail for his 6 drunk driving and needed to be bailed out. So he sold his motorcycle in order to be bailed out. After he got out, and he was out, he felt he was entitled to get his motorcycle back. He found out it was the Eagle Nation. So he came in here with a gun, 2 guns and some knives, and took hostages and just went off about wanting his motorcycle back. Me or my partner, Michael Funk, have never seen Brian Flatoff before, had never dealt with him. There was no personal interest here at all.
First encounter. Gotcha. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. So
he had a shootout with the police. He was drunk when he came in.
All right, and so Michael Funk, your partner, was down in the basement.
No, I was in the basement.
Oh, you were in the basement. So where was Michael?
Funk saved my life by motioning me to stay in the basement, and he was up here. And then what happened was, after the police came in, because we called the police, SWAT team came in, turned around and ran out the door, abandoning the hostages in the building, even though Brian Flatoff had said he was going to kill every hostage if the police came. The police officers ran out, left the gun laying on the ground in plain sight of Brian Flatoff, an extra gun if he'd have wanted it. And what they did is when they ran out the door, they left the door open. So Brian Flatoff, we have this all on video, security video. Brian Flatoff told my partner, Michael Funk, to go close the door and don't run out. So he walked over there with his hands up, And as soon as he got to the edge of the door, he ran out the door. Well, from inside the building, Brian Fladoff was shooting at him. So he ran out the door, and he had his own gun on him because he has a concealed carry permit, pulled it out, pointed it at the ground, and went to turn to run between two buildings. Well, the officers, who he didn't even see, jumped out from behind another building 25 yards away and shot 19 times at him.
Unbelievable. Kay, do you have a website?
The thing is, when the police came in, when they stormed the building, they were in here for 28 seconds. They could not hit Brian Fladoff at 12 yards, but they hit Michael at 25 in the driveway.
Do you have a website for your organization right now, or are you working on that?
We're working on the website right now. We do have an email address that if people would like to email us to give us information, to get more information about what we're doing, we'd be happy to give that out.
Please do that right now.
That is keep.cops.honest@gmail.com.
All right, one more time, real quick.
keep.cops.honest@gmail.com.
All right, thanks to Rhino, the whole gang at Eagle Nation Cycles. We're going to have to have you on for a full hour the next time, and we'll do that real soon. Guys, thank you so much for sharing your story. Much more to come. Stick around, folks. For the people, all the best. May God bless.